Hello and welcome to Political Science Study Hub. Today we are going to discuss about UGC NET exam paper 1. So, this it would be I will try to do a series of YouTube videos on PYQs of paper 1 and paper 2 political science. So, this is the first video on paper 1 PYQ questions. So, and this is the first question that we are going to talk about. So, as you can see, there are two statements given here, and you all know the format of this, that you all have to say whether both the statements are correct or incorrect, or one is correct, other is incorrect, and vice versa. So this is the statement one. You can see Swam Prabha consists of a group of 34 D2S channels using GSAT 15 satellites on 24/7 basis. And the second statement is that it was prepared by MHRD in 2014 on 53 themes. So now you have to tell me that whether both these statements are correct or wrong. So now I would say the answer to you all, that uh, actually the answer is which both are incorrect. Why? Both are incorrect because there are now 40 D2S channels. At the starting there were 34, but there are now 40. So, and the second one, 2014, it was prepared by MHRD. I am leaving upon you all to think and tell me what would be the correct one, in which year it has came up, and by whom it has been prepared. So the answer would be here, statement 2. Both are incorrect. Moving to the next question. See, now here we have two lists, okay? Types of communication and its description, okay? So, first is fatigue. What is a fatigue communication? It is a verbal or non-verbal communication that has a social function, such as to start any conversation, such as greet someone or say goodbye, rather than an informative function. Okay, so that is the work of a phatic communication. So, what should be answer for phatic communication? What would be the description for it? And then feedback. What is feedback? Feedback in communication is, of course, defined as a response the receiver has on the message that has been delivered to it. Okay, as we all know that there are few components of communication process: the sender, the message, the receiver. Okay, so it also contains the feedback. Now there is meta message. What is meta message? It is about the meta communication. And what is that? It can be defined as, in its definition only we'll get the answer. It can be defined as what? Communication about communication. Okay. In its simpler form, we can say that it is the communication process that involves a sender who sends a message to receiver. Okay. From this only you are getting one of the answer. You are getting one of the answer, that is, for meta message we are getting two. Communication about communication. From it only you can see where it is of C2. You can see the C2 is only in one option, that is the D. By knowing this only you can get the answer. So answer is option D. Okay, and lateral communication. What is lateral communication? In the broadest sense, it means it is the communication flow between peer members of the community or co-workers belonging to the same hierarchical level. So that is the answer. For phatic communication, it is mm, It is to greet, as I have told, to say greet someone or say to goodbye. Okay. Then feedback. Feedback is what? Decoder becomes encoder. In the feedback process, it is decoder becomes encoder. Then the third one is meta message, as I've told. And then the natural communication is what? It is between equals. Okay. Between a community, a co-workers, a peer group. So the answer is D. Moving to the next question. 16, question number 16. Which of the following model for curriculum evaluation considers three primary sources of curriculum, namely students, society, and subject matter, reflecting the philosophy of education and psychology of learning? So take your time, pause the video, and give me the answer. Which of the following model is about is for curriculum evaluation that considers what three primary sources of curriculum, namely student, society, and subject matter? So the answer for this question is Tyler's model. How? What is in there in Tyler's model? It has came up upon in 1949, and it has objectives. It selects learning experiences, it organizes the learning experiences, and then there is evaluation of students performance. Okay, it is a model of curriculum that describes how to formulate educational objectives, how to organize them, analyze them, and adjust them. So basically, tiger Tyler has presented his curriculum as four questions that I've told: objective, selecting learning experiences, organizing learning experiences, and evaluation of students' performance. Moving to the next question, it is about maths 1. Maths question. There are three numbers are in ratio 2, 5, 6, and their sum is 663. So we have to find the numbers now. So in this question, we can see that there are given three number in ratio 2, 5, and 6, and their sum is what? 663. So we have to find the what are the numbers. So if we start by assuming, let the ratio be x, then the first number would be 2x, the second number would be the second number would be 5x, and the third number would be 6x. Okay. Now, what would be the next procedure? According to the question, it is a very simple question. Okay. Then we will move further. Okay. We have taken three numbers as 2x, 5x, and 6x. Now, we have seen in the question the sum is given of the number, that is 663. So, according to the question, we can do as uh, 2x plus 5x plus 6x equal to 663. So now we get 13x equal to 663, and then we get finally x equal to 51. So now that we know the value of x, we can easily now find what? We can easily find the numbers. Okay. Okay, just 1 second. So as the numbers were 2x, 5x, and 6x, so 2x becomes 2 into 51, that is 102. Then 5x equal to 5 into 51, that is 255. And third number is 6x, which gives 6 into 51, which is 306. So now we don't know the numbers 102, 255, 306. Now let's see what would be the answer of this question. So now we can see what would be the answer 102, 255 and 306, and that would be the option number C. Okay. Now moving to the next question, that is again based on statements, that is about learning management system is used to provide a virtual environment for teachers and students. The second statement is learning management statement can be used for blended learning as well as for online learning. So in the light of above statement, again you have to say whether the statement 1 is correct or statement 2 is correct or both are wrong. So we can say that the first option would be both the statement are correct. The second option would be both the statement are incorrect. Third option would be statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Then the fourth option would be statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. So what would be the answer? The answer is option A. Both the statements are correct. So learning management system is actually what? It is an online integrated software that is used for creating, delivering, tracking, and reporting educational courses and outcomes. Moving to the next question. So, next question is the collection of linked information residing on computers which is accessible through internet is called, that is very easy. We are all connected to the internet. Option number www, World Wide Web. It is one set of software services running on the internet that we all are aware of. Okay. Then moving to the next question. Which of the following pramanas, means of knowledge, is differentiated into swartha for oneself and pra- prarartha for others types? Okay. What would be the answer for this one? It would be option number B, Anuman or inference. Okay, Praman is a Sanskrit word which means measure. And this is a very important topic of the paper one. So you should be well aware of this. Praman, there is a Praman of how many types Praman are there? Six types. Okay. Anuman, Upman, Arthapatti, Anuplapdi, Shabda, and Pratyaksh. Then the second is Anuman. What is Anuman? In Indian logic, it is a very important topic of Indian logic. And Anuman means it is a it is a knowledge that arises other after other knowledge. Okay, thus the literal meaning of the Anuman is knowledge is the knowledge that comes after some knowledge. Coming to the next question. It is again one match the following. Okay, there are tests and then its description. Test and retest, iterator, parallel forms, and split half. And there are descriptions for all. Delivering a questionnaire in two parts separately to a sample group, providing different versions of a questionnaire which are equivalent for respondents. The same test is conducted by different goals and the same test over a period of time is repeated. Okay, what would be the answers? Test and retest. From this you can get the you can delete. Test and retest is the same test over a period of time is repeated. Test and retest. So it would be the which option? Test and retest is option number D. Same test repeated over a period of time. Inter and rater. Inter and rater is the same test is conducted by a different goal. That is option number C. Then parallel form. What would be parallel form? It would be providing different version of questionnaire which are equivalent. And then the last one is very easy, split half, which is delivering a questionnaire in two parts separately to a sample group. So we get the answer A is 4, then B is 3, then C is 2, and split half is 1. So 4 3 2 1, 4 3 2 1 is actually option number D. So our answer is D. If you understand any one of the answer, then you can find if no other options have the same answer of any any test. Okay. Moving to the next question. Coming to the next question, which is again a maths question. There are 15 students in a class. The average is age of the student and the teacher of the class is 15 years. The average age of the teacher and the student is 2 years more than that of student. So what is the age of the class teacher? So let's see. There are 15 students in the class. The average age of the student and the teacher of the class is 15 years. The average age of the teacher and the student is 2 years more than that of student. So what is the age of the class teacher? So you can find out the total age of the student and the teacher of the class. Let's say 16 into 15, that would be 240. Average age of the student would be 15 minus 2, that is 13. So total age of the student would be 13 into 15, that is 195. And if we subtract 240, if we subtract 190 from 240, then we are getting 45. So according to me, the answer is 45. You can solve the answer and tell me in the comment section whether I am right or wrong. So, coming to the next question, given below are two statements. Statement 1: personal conversation is more effective than a broadcast speech. Statement 2: the factor of personalization makes the radio a more effective means of communication than a newspaper. So again, there are four options. Both the statements are true, both the statements are false. If statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false, statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. So what would be the correct answer? So the answer would be what? Answer would be D. Statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. So what is FM radio? It is a mass media. It is a part of mass media, but it has a very benefit of wide coverage. Okay, all over India there are around 245 private FM radio stations in 12 major cities. Okay, radio has evolved into a primarily local advertising media, which is characterized by a highly special programming that appeals to a narrow segment of the population. Okay, it is important to study the effectiveness of radio as an advertising media. So that's all for today's class. I will be back with more questions from paper 1 and paper 2 of political science. Please do like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. That's all for today's class.